It was the most sadistic evil movie I've ever seen. Leaving the theatre afterwards, I had a very uncomfortable feeling. I'd remembered as a youngster studying in the Bible about the existence of invisible wicked forces. The movie had a terrifying effect on me. I had to leave before it was over because I was afraid I would be sick to my stomach and felt like fainting. For about 2 months after seeing the movie, I continued to be terrified and would have nightmares. I wouldn't go alone, would watch over my shoulder all the time, and was even afraid to wash my hair for fear something would be hovering over me. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. It was horrible. I could feel something was happening to me. I was shaking all over and could only just manage to pick myself up from my seat to walk out. But this was only the beginning of my troubles. Returning home, I was ready to burst into tears. My husband offered me little comfort as he had told me not to go to see the film in the first place. How right he was. I could not sleep that night, dreaming about the film. During the coming weeks, things went from bad to worse. I was frightened to go to bed, and when I did, I would wake up in a cold sweat. I knew there was something in my house as I could feel it with me whenever I went. I felt I was going out of my mind. Those are all the opinions expressed by people who went to see the film that I'm discussing in this discussion. The Exorcist. It's a horror film. It's been available uncut on video and DVD with an 18 certificate, or on video at least, or probably DVD as well, with an 18 certificate for a long time. But for a long time it wasn't. You could only see the film in the cinema. They never passed. The British Board of Film Censors never passed it for home viewing. It's because they passed the film for viewing in cinemas in sort of like in 1974, I think, and they didn't. So some there was some. In some cinemas, it wasn't allowed to be shown because the town council, banned it from being shown in cinemas in their area. If I went into too much detail about the contents of it, I'd have to age restrict this video. I've only done that with one of my video clips so far. I don't want to have to keep doing it. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the contents of it, but I did actually watch it on television when I was in a respite home. When my mother had her first stroke. Once again, as with all the other films I mentioned, it was just out of morbid curiosity. But I had to pray for protection against the demons after I watched it, because I didn't want something scary. I didn't want to have any scary experiences with the demons as a result of watching it. It's actually dangerous to watch this sort of thing. It can bring demonic forces into your home. It's what the British Board of Film Censors never. James Furman was the head of the British Board of Film British Board of Film Censors up until about, or the secretary, I'm not sure, up until about 1999, 2000, and he never felt that The Exorcist should be passed for home viewing because the regulations were supposed to be tighter on video than what they were in the cinema. That films are more heavily censored before they were released on video, and it wasn't until James Furman retired from the BBC that The Exorcist was ever passed for home viewing, and it was never shown on television until after it was passed on video. But it's always had an 18 certificate. Its rating has never been lowered. But in Ephesians chapter 6 verses 11 and 12, we can find this command. It says, "Put on the complete suit of armour from God, so that you may be able to stand firm against the crafty acts of the devil, because because we have a struggle not against blood and flesh, but against the governments, against the authorities, against the world rulers of this darkness, against the wicked spirit forces in the heavenly places." So we can see there that we have a wrestling against wicked spirit forces. And watching a film like such as The Exorcist or The Omen or Damien Omen 2 or Little Nicky or whatever, any of these sorts of films, these devilish films, none of these films help us to wrestle against the wicked spirit forces. In fact, they attract attention from wicked spirit forces. I don't know if this is a plain truth or not. My dad always thought that they had to stop the film from being when it was being shown in the cinema once, because there was strange occurrences like curtains swishing back and forth and fire extinguishers going off. Whether that was just an urban legend or not, I don't know. I don't know whether there was any truth in that. There was certainly people fainting and vomiting in cinemas around about the time when it was first released in Britain. But so someone did tell me in a Facebook group that they knew people who'd seen the film and things had happened to them. I'm not sure what sort of things had happened exactly. But once again, it was just out of morbid curiosity that I watched it, just to see what it was like. But I would never watch the film again under any circumstances. I would never have it in my home. I would never have a copy of it in my home, because I've lived on my own for the past 7 years now, and I don't want to. It's hard enough for me to do, because I've got Asperger's syndrome, and life isn't always that easy for me, and I don't want to attract the attention from wicked spirit forces by bringing anything into the home that could attract attention from them. Anyway, that's my personal opinion on The Exorcist. Anyway, don't watch it.